Commentary. I'm Mark Allen, and don't mind the game sounds in the background. That's just my youngest son enjoying their latest video game rental, some Mario spinoff or some such, I don't know. But anyway, wanted to do this, wanted to come at you with a small haul and an eBay purchase, and actually going to open the eBay purchase on camera right here. Haven't done that in a while. Seems to be all the rage on YouTube comic book channels. So recently though, I purchased this. I think I might have paid a little much for it, but I really wanted this book, and as I have been getting more of the older stuff on eBay and spending a little bit, been venturing outside of the dollar boxes. Now, I have not lost my love for the dollar boxes. Please don't misunderstand. But every once in a while, you know, I mean, you do have to venture out. It feels good to make a well-considered purchase on a little bit higher quality book, and a book that maybe has a little pedigree. Not that this one does, but it's one that you're definitely probably not going to find in the dollar box. Now, it's only in very good condition. It is an older book. Okay, if I can get all the tape off of it. And what this is, however, is it's an old, not a Marvel or a DC. It's something I'm not used to. It's one of those that I'm not used to getting very often. But this is an unusual. This is Unusual Tales, May of 1962, Volume 1, number 33. And here we go, right there. I just liked that cover. I liked that. The gangsters meet the gangster car meets the Roman legionnaires and everything. Some time mishap going on there, no doubt. But I mean, the story is "Don't miss one of them: Death of a Hot Rod," and "Out of Sight," and others. And so anyway, just a neat book that found on eBay, and yeah, I don't know, it just tickled my fancy in the right place. I'm not sure why, but love the old books. This will also be fun to press. Get that center crease out. Get that see if we can get that subscription crease out of there. I haven't always had great success getting out the subscription creases, but I understand that with time and with patience, they can be taken out of there. So I'm willing to spend some time and patience to do just that. Now next, all the rest of these, that's my only eBay purchase for now. All the rest of these are from, I ventured to a store I had never been to before in Oklahoma City. Many of my friends in the Tulsa area have talked about this place before. It is a couple of guys called Deadlift Collectibles, and they're setting up a new storefront. They bought out another comic store, another comic book business, and I lost my train of thought there because I'm hot. I was going to turn on the fan and I forgot to do that. So if I sweat on camera, forgive me. Anyway, the new place I hadn't been to before, they're in the middle of remodeling. It's in Oklahoma City. It's just a neat place. But anyway, went through some dollar boxes, and I went through their $2 to $4 boxes. But I found a book. This is one of the reasons why you don't give up on the dollar boxes, folks. This was a gimmick cover I'd been looking for quite some time. Hadn't been able to find it for less than about $5 on eBay, and then there's shipping. I think I may have found one for like $3.50, but then again, shipping. And I thought, I know I can find this. There's no reason I couldn't find this in the dollar box if I just be patient, because it wasn't a low print run or anything like that. But anyway, it was Superman number 150 with the gold foil. With Superman punching out the ray, or is that a meteor? I'm not sure what that is. Looks like maybe it might be a meteor. But anyway, just a really cool gold foil on there. I've wanted that cover for a long time, but wasn't going to pay, close to $10 after shipping cost, certainly. So anyway, glad to find that in a dollar box, and just great looking stuff there. But then I found a book that I wasn't aware of. Now, this is one of my all-time favorite Fantastic Four issues. It's actually part of a trilogy that I really like, and I just recently reread. But it's a trilogy by writer Walt Simonson, artist Arthur Adams, where the Incredible Hulk, the Amazing Spider-Man, Ghost Rider, and Wolverine become kind of, for 3 issues, the new Fantastic Four. And Anyway, at 347 evidently went to a second print, and they did the gold cover thing. I'd never seen that before, and when I saw that in the dollar box, I thought, oh, variant, second print variant, have to have that because it is one of my favorite books. The other one I have signed by Arthur Adams that I got it signed back in 1997. Still have it because I got it signed for me. And so anyway, liked getting that second. Didn't know that was there. It was a pleasant surprise at $1 especially. This next one was just kind of I discovered years ago, back in the 90s. My former local comic shop owner, he retired, Mike McCormick, he turned me on to this character that actually first came out of Scotland, and is by writers John Wagner and Alan Grant and artist Robin Smith. They produced this character called the Bogeyman. And what I did was I found his first appearance. Now it's going to need a serious pressing. It's not going to get all of the spine ticks out. But man, this is a rare book. I've never seen it before in the wild at all. I'm sure it can be bought on eBay, and it can probably be bought pretty cheap. But you know me, I don't like to go searching eBay for most things. But pulling this out of a dollar box was just very cool for me. The first appearance of the Bogeyman. If you've never read anything about the Bogeyman, very cool premise, very, very entertaining. He is a mental patient who believes he's Humphrey Bogart, and he ends up basically solving crimes, or maybe causing more problems than solving crimes, but in the whole time thinking that he's basically solving the crime of a Humphrey Bogart movie. He kind of thinks actually he's a conglomerate of all the Humphrey Bogart characters, and he'll quote lines from the movies and such as that. It's really entertaining. There's been a couple of graphic novels and such as that, but if you've never checked out the Bogeyman, he's worth checking out. I was really happy to find that first issue, his first appearance, the Bogeyman #1, published by Fat Man Press in 1989. And as a bit of history, Wagner and Grant approached DC about doing this book first. DC turned it down, and so they went to Fat Man Press. But anyway, you know, it's just a great property. I think there has been either a TV movie or TV show or talk of an adaptation years ago. I don't know if it ever happened or not. Someone out there might know. Now, this next one I got was also a dollar book. The rest will be $2 and $4, $1, $2, and the rest $4 books. But this was a dollar book. I'll pull this one out of the dollar boxes all day long. I think this is my third copy of this. It will take a press as well, but it'll be really nice. And it's just Sherlock Holmes. I think this was supposed to be an ongoing because it advertises the next issue at the end of this. Next issue on sale during the last week in August, it says on that. You know how DC did that on those last pages there. But Sherlock Holmes, and do you need something? Okay. #1, and Walt Simonson cover, great Walt Simonson cover there, with Denny O'Neil and E.R. Cruz adapting the story, The Final Problem, or Sherlock Holmes adapted from the writings of Arthur Conan Doyle. I'm sorry, the name of the story is The Final Problem. But anyway, great Cruz artwork. Another one of those, I believe he's another one of the Filipino artists. I don't know if he was actually part of the tribe or not, but his work is really a lot of fun. Very well detailed, moody artwork, and just great stuff. But anyway, I don't know, for some reason that's just one of those books I've always enjoyed. The Sherlock Holmes one-off from DC. I have to see what date that was. That was 1975. I think I've got 3 issues of that. It's lots of fun. So anyway, that was out of the dollar box. Now, this one was a $2 book, this next one, and these are reprints. I don't mind reprint books, especially if they were some of the first reprints of particular stories, because some stories I just can't afford maybe to chase after all the issues. Even though I have the reprints, however, if I like the stories enough, I'll still eventually go back and get the books if I can find them for a deal. But this was a $2 book. Now that I've told you that, I can take that pink sticker off. This is a $2 book reprinting issues 3 and 4 of the Swamp Thing. This is the original Swamp Thing saga. And so there he is fighting with the Patchwork Man, or I think it may have supposed to have been Frankenstein, but I think some part of the story calls him the Patchwork Man. I haven't read these. I've never read the original Swamp Thing stories. Never. And so I'm about to jump on that boat. I'm missing issue 2, but I've got a reprint of issue 1, and this, like I say, 3 and 4. And then the next book is a reprint of issues 5, 6, and 7. Okay, 1978, or 1979, I'm sorry. September 1979, DC dollar book there with that great reproduction cover, reprint rights and cover, I should say. And it is issues 5, 6, and 7. I think that's a reprint issue. That they may have done that. Someone let me know if that cover was done for this book. I can't remember, but anyway, I believe it's one of the original issues. But it's issues 5 through 7, the Swamp Thing, and so lots of fun there. And I'm looking forward again, like I said, to reading these finally. Now the next book was a $4 book. It'll take a light press, but it's still a great book for $4. And it's a book that I got because it's part of my childhood. This is one of my most fondly remembered Amazing Spider-Man issues, and it is Amazing Spider-Man number 161, guest starring Nightcrawler. A wonderful Gil Kane cover on there with great Ross Andru interiors. I've said before, Ross Andru is, whereas Ditko is for some Spider-Man fans, he's the main artist for Spider-Man, or the primary artist. So for some, it's John Romita Sr. For me, it's Ross Andru. I love Ross Andru's take on Spider-Man, and that's what I grew up on. And so the Punisher, of course, shows up at the end of this book. And but that's just one of those I always liked, because I was just discovering the X-Men at the time that I just discovered this book. And so it was a double reason to love the book, because I already loved Spider-Man. All right, this next one, also a $4 book, Adventure into Fear, number 13. It is a Man-Thing number. And great, wonderful Val Mayerick art in there. And somewhere I've got a video of all the other videos I've done of like comic book legends that are on my channel. I've got a Val Mayerick video that I made, and I can't find a copy of it anywhere. I may have to reshoot it. It'll be quite a bit of work, but I don't mind doing it. But anyway, I love Val Mayerick's work. His work was always so finely realistic, creepy, a little bit in the vein of Wrightson, but I don't think he was any kind of a student of Wrightson, because he was doing work about the same time, or maybe even a little before Wrightson. But some of the same sensitivity as Wrightson's artwork, just kind of creepy, moody, realism-based artwork. Okay, this next one, funny I should mention Ross Andru, because this book with a beautiful red and white background cover, Doc Savage number 7. I'm curious to read this and find out if that werewolf is the Marvel, the Werewolf by Night werewolf. Jack Russell, I think that was his name. I'm curious to find out if that's who that is. I tend to think not, since Doc Savage kind of had his own universe. I know they crossed him over with a couple of Marvel characters. I know he was in a giant-sized Spider-Man, and he was in a Marvel 2-in-1 issue. But I don't know. I'm just going to be curious to find out. But this one also has fantastic Ross Andru art, and even being inked by Frank Springer didn't hurt the art. Okay, I'm not a big Springer fan, but love Ross Andru, and I think he just does a great job of depicting the action and just the strength, and just Doc Savage as he is supposed to be. But like I said, wonderful, beautiful cover there, bright, and lots of primary colors. You know how I like my primary colors. So that's Doc Savage number 7. And then I also found for $4 Doc Savage number 8. Doc Savage number 8, part 2 of that story, the werewolf story. Now it is actually a Rich Buckler art job with finishes by Tom Palmer and Jack Abel. Not bad. I like Rich Buckler's work, and not a bad. And Tom Palmer's a great inker. Not a bad opening shot there, with Doc Savage hanging from a rope for his life. Not bad at all. And so these are going to be, I think, great adventure yarns. I look forward to reading them and enjoying them. I slowly am wanting to. I'm wanting to, and I'm slowly starting to do it. Get all the few Doc Savages that Marvel did turn out. I want to get all of that series. There's some more stories I've been trying to build up to and get all of them, and added a couple more to it, and that was the Marvel premieres featuring Doctor Strange. Got number 11 here. That will definitely take a press, and it will improve the look of it. But this is what this story actually is. It's a reprint of a Ditko Doctor Strange story, but it's bookended by a couple of Brunner pages. So I love Frank Brunner's work on Doctor Strange, and so I was glad to get that one. And it is kind of jarring because it goes right from a Brunner page to Steve Ditko, so it is kind of different. Okay, but anyway, love getting that. Glad to find those in fairly decent shape, and again, they'll be made even better by a press. And then lastly, that was Marvel Premiere number 11. I have number 12, so I picked up number 13. And that's, again, full-on Frank Brunner artwork in there. Frank Brunner cover. Love it. Just great stuff. And another one of those Bronze Age artists whose work I just really enjoy. And again, another one that I was turned on to him by Mike McCormick. You know, so I don't know if Mike ever watches YouTube at all, but thanks, Mike, for all your influence on what's good out there in the comic book world. And thanks to Deadlift Collectibles, the guys at Deadlift, for making my first stop there, my first time there, memorable and enjoyable. I got to walk away with some great stuff. Not a big stack, but I'm going to enjoy getting into it. I'm going to enjoy my unusual tales, and so just lots of great stuff. Gotta love comics. Gotta love them. By the way, love that red cover too. All the deep red on there. By the way, that says number 33. Doesn't say $33. That's not what I paid. It says number 33. But anyway, love the colors on that as well. Anyway, that's it. A little haul for your enjoyment and amusement, and maybe give you some ideas of what to go out there and find. Again, if you've never checked out Bogeyman, it's worth it. So take a look at it. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching 4 Color Commentary, and we'll see you next video.